Hey everyone, I'm Minxlaura123 and I have piles of books, of course. I thought that'd be really funny, but I don't think it is. But anyway, yes, so basically, yeah, welcome to this video. It's going to be book related. And I had the idea for the video because in our bedroom, I have a bookcase which is filled with books, but I also have one, two, three piles of books, and they're not small little piles, they're like massive tall piles. Nathan, my fiance, nearly trips over them most of the time. I think I have tripped over them. So yeah, I thought I would not only do like a little sort out for myself to kind of see what books I've got. See, these are all books that I haven't read yet, so they're all on my TBR, my ever-growing TBR. And just kind of do a little sort out, show you as well, and tell you a little bit about each one and stuff. And also kind of put them into genres, categories, you know, whether it's a thriller, romance, fantasy, that kind of thing. Just so I've kind of got a rough idea of what they are. So yeah, there's a lot of books here. So you'll see on the thumbnail the piles of books. So I'm just going to literally show you a book at a time. And yeah, we'll just do a little kind of, I don't know, show me, tell me of the books on my book piles. Okay, so I've got to stop saying piles. It just, I don't know. Anyway, so should we begin? Let's get started. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of books here, as I say. I've got a few library books as well. I don't think there's as many. I have been a little bit better because I was getting a bit naughty with the library, because yes, all the, you know, library books are free, but you know, while I'm doing the library book thing, I'm not actually reading books that I own, that are mine on my TBR. So I'm trying not to take as many out from the library. So I don't think I've got that many from the library out. I've got quite a few big hardback books. Big books really scare me. Like, I love them, but they're just so big, some of them. So that's kind of what puts me off for reading those. I've got one, two, three, I don't know, there's about four maybe or more that are quite big, chunky ones. Anyway, right, so let's get started. These are the books. I'm not going to read all about each one to you because we'll be here all night. I'm just going to kind of show you them and, you know, tell you what kind of, you know, genre and stuff they are, or if they're part of a series, etc. You know, obviously, if you want to know anything more about any of these books, you know, look them up, find out about them. Maybe I'll give you some ideas for books that you want to read yourself. So we're going to start with this one here. I love this cover, so cute. This is Isabel Sterling, This Coven Won't Break, and this is the sequel to These Witches Don't Burn. So this is a YA book series. To be honest with you, I read number one so long ago, I can barely remember anything about it. Like, I know it's like YA, magic, friendship and stuff, but I don't remember anything about the individual characters or what happened or anything. But I know I enjoyed it because obviously I bought the sequel, so that's a good thing. And things like, you know, books in series, you can always like go online like I do and just look up a recap of what happened in the previous book, or if you so wish to, you could reread the book before, etc. But yeah, I will definitely keep this. Also, when I do this little sort out, I'm going to be doing a little kind of, you know, am I going to keep these books or not? You know, should I be keeping them that I will read at some point, or will I probably not read it, or I've changed my mind about, you know, if I'm into it or not, and I can just put it on eBay or give them to charity shops, what have you. So it's kind of a sort out of books that I want to keep and not keep as well. All right, next up I have Nine Perfect Strangers by Leanne Moriarty. How do you say that? Leanne Moriarty. Anyway, so this I picked up in a charity shop. And I know it's a thriller, but I also know it's a TV show now. Whether it's a series or a film, I don't know, but I know it's on TV. I would read this. I think this sounds interesting. It's about a luxury retreat in the middle of nowhere. 9 strangers seeking perfection, each discovering the perfect lie, 10 days in which no one can leave. It does sound really interesting, and I have heard so many good things about this author and this book and everything. So yeah, I'll definitely keep that. So that can go, the witchy one can go in the I don't know, fantasy. Would you put that in fantasy? That one I'll put in the kind of thrillers. I don't know, is it a thriller? I think it's a bit of a thriller. Anyway, right, next up I have R.L. Stine, Fear Street, The Beginning. And of course, the film is on Netflix. I still haven't watched it. I watched a bit of it, and I just never watched the rest of it or the others or anything. So anyway, But yeah, this is a short story collection. It's got The New Girl, The Surprise Party, The Overnight, and Missing. So I think I'm going to save this for Halloween. I was meant to read it last year's Halloween, but I didn't get around to it because I read other spooky stories. But this one is 100% going to be read in October for Halloween. So I'll put that in like horror. Yeah, horror. By the way, I don't just read scary horror books in October. I do read them all year round. But I don't know, I really fancy that for Halloween, so I'm going to keep it for that. Next one I have here, this is quite new actually. I only got this a few months ago. It's by Margaret Owen. It's called Little Thieves. How gorgeous is this cover? So this is one of those chunky books that I said about. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel intimidated when a book has got like so many pages. The book I'm currently reading, I have bought it in. I'll show you at the end. So once I've done this like haul thing, I'll show you what book I'm currently reading. And that has got like, I think nearly 800 pages. And it's like, but yeah, this is a YA fantasy. I think this is a series, if I remember rightly. But yeah, heard so many good things about this as well. I think it's like a reimagining, retelling. Oh yeah, it's a retelling of The Goose Girl, which I don't know anything about The Goose Girl. So there we go. But I like the colour of the actual book underneath, like that dark kind of wine colour. Yeah, this sounds really, really good. So that will go in the fantasy section. Got Rainbow Rowell, Any Way the Wind Blows. This has to be one of the most prettiest books I own. I think this was a signed copy as well. Woohoo. So yeah, I love this series so much, and I can't believe I've not read it yet. I've had it for a good few months now. Look at it underneath. Look at that. So yeah, this is, as I say, Any Way the Wind Blows. It's the last in the series. There's some really cool artwork inside as well. Look. But yeah, I think the main reason why I haven't read it is, number one, yeah, it's chunky one again, but also it's because I can't remember what happened in the other books. So it's a case of having to, as I said before, do the recaps, find out what happened. Like, you know, I kind of remember a bit about the characters and stuff, but it's just the stories. I'm a bit like, what happened again? So yeah, I will get around to that. That is a yeah, YA fantasy. Next up, we've got Spirited by Julie Cohen. This I picked up in the works a few weeks ago. She wanted to break free. What price will she pay? Oh, this is about the yes, like spirit photography, which I'm loving, all that kind of stuff. Set in Victorian times, so faith, courage, love. What will they risk for freedom? Yeah, this sounds really cool, and I love the cover as well. What would I put that in? It's kind of, it's not really fantasy, is it? Because it's real. Obviously, they did spirit. I don't know. I'll just put that in just general fiction, I think. Next up, we have The Beautiful Ones by Sylvia Marino Garcia. I've got another book from her somewhere among, oh, here it is, amongst all these books. There we go. So these two are both from the same author, Gods of Jade and Shadow. Wow, they're gorgeous covers, right? I absolutely love book covers. Like, some of the artwork that you get on book covers is just... like, I literally find them pieces of art. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. But anyway, so yeah, these, as I say, are both in the same author. My favourite book of last year was Certain Dark Things by her, and it was amazing. Hence, it's my book of the year. So I kind of went on this thing of, I really need to read everything she's ever done. So that's why I got those two. But they do sound interesting. I think this one was about, hold on. It did say somewhere. Oh, I can't find it. A tale of love and betrayal and the struggle between... no, it was about something like magic-y. Oh, I can't say this word. Telekinetic? Is that telekinetic talent? Anyway, so I've got that one and I've got that one. So I will read those at some point because I do, as I say, really like her writing style. You know what? I'm not going to put them into sections now because I'm just going to take ages sorting out what pile I want to put them back in. So I'm just going to show you them, and then after the video I'll put them into their proper piles, because at the moment basically the piles in my bedroom are just like a whole mixed bag. You know, you've got a thriller, then underneath you've got a YA fantasy, then you've got, so I just want to kind of sort that out, but I can do that afterwards. It's okay. Next one I've got is The Furies. I got this in a charity shop by Katie Lowe. I will confess something which is quite embarrassing. I was actually calling this book The Furries for ages. Anyway, but yes, it's The Furies. This sounds so good. And I'd actually had it on my want to read list for ages on Goodreads and found it in a charity shop for like £1. So a spellbinding debut, witchcraft, murder and passion. I really want to read this. And this is another thing about me doing this video. I might find books that I'm like, oh, and then kind of bring them up on the list of, you know, my TBR, bring them like sooner to read. But yeah, this just sounds really, really, really good. And I think it's quite an older book. Yeah, 2019. So it's not new, but it's not old. But anyway, so that was that. Next up, we have this one here, Killer Content by Kylie Roach. This is very similar to a book I read recently, which I wasn't that keen on, to be fair. It sounds a very, very similar story. So I'm not going to be reading this for a little while, simply because I read something so similar. It's about social media people, you know, influencers, and they get murdered. And yeah, 30 million followers, one dead body. It sounds really, really good. But as I say, because I read something, it was literally the same sort of thing. I was like, I can't remember the name of it. Was it Dead Lucky? I think it was called Dead Lucky. But yeah, very similar. So I'm like, I will keep it because it does sound cool. But I'm not going to read it right now. Every Line of You by Naomi Gibson. This sounds really interesting as well. I think, yeah, she builds her own kind of AI and then it kind of comes to life. And yeah, gripping psychological thriller. So you've obviously got your psychological thriller bit. This is a YA. You also got your kind of AI thing and whole kind of, you know, cyber stuff, coding and everything. So yeah, I think this is really different. So next ones, what we have here? I remember getting these from Sainsbury's. You know, when you go in for milk and bread and you end up coming out with books. No, that's just me then, maybe. The Mermaid of the Black Conch by Monique Roffey. Sorry. This was the Costa Book of the Year, 2020. Okay, cool. I do remember getting this, yeah. I love anything with mermaids on, so I really want to get this done this year because it's supposed to be really, really good. And it's about mermaids, so really pretty cover as well. And then we have the Marlowe Murder Club, Robert Thorogood. This, I'll be honest with you, I literally got because it sounds pretty similar to the Thursday Murder Club by the amazing Richard Osman. New books coming out in September. Whoop. But yeah, this sounds really, really similar. It even looks similar to the cover. But it's about like OAPs solving mystery crimes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's supposed to be really funny, but I'm not sure. Did I get it because I love the other book? Probably. But I don't know. We'll see. That's the kind of I'll keep. But when I read it, I'll be like, maybe. Not sure if it's still my thing. Next one is Run by Cody Keplinger. So she wrote The Duff. I love The Duff so much. It's really good. And she also done Line Out Loud, which I think I've also read ages ago. But yeah, this sounds cool. What risks would you take to save your friends? Yeah, just a YA book that I picked up in W.H. Smith, I think. Yeah, in the sale and stuff. I don't really know much about the story, but it sounds okay what I've read about it, and I just really love this author. So I am a kind of author buy. You know, if I like an author, I will read other books that they've done because I connect with their writing style and stuff. What have we got over here? Oh yeah, Last Summer at the Golden Hotel. This is by Alicia Friedland. See, some of these books I'm looking at right now, and I'm just like, I'm definitely reading them this year, like literally in the next few months, kind of thing. Yeah, Last Summer at the Golden Hotel is a retelling, reimagining of Dirty Dancing, which is without a doubt my favourite film of all time. So yeah, this is like a modern kind of twist on it. But yeah, I really love Dirty Dancing, so I hope this will be good. And now this one here, I don't think I'm going to keep. It's by Oyenkan Braithwaite, and it's called The Baby Is Mine. I literally got this for £1, £1 at the works, and I don't think I'm going to read it. It just sounds a bit odd. She wrote the book My Sister the Serial Killer. That's who she is, that author, which I've not read. I just don't think I'm going to read it, to be honest. So I'll give that a go on eBay. If not, I'll give it to the charity shop. So yeah, I've unhauled one book. Wait, go me. Loads more to go. Next up, we've got A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. I won this, actually. I won a Christmas hamper. Woohoo! From my local dental practice. And where I go, by the way. I didn't just, randomly enter their raffle. I go there. And I won the raffle, and it had loads of stuff in it. Big hamper of goodies, including this book. So I didn't get around to reading it in December last year, but I'm saving this for Christmas. I wouldn't read this in like March or April, whatever. It's got to be a Christmassy read. On Christmas Day last year, I read The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling, and it was amazing. I really recommend it. It was so good. So I think this will be my little Christmassy book for Christmas this year. So yeah, I'll keep that over there. That can go in the spare room for Christmas. Right, let's tackle all these books over here. Oh yeah, there's more. There's more. Recipe for Disaster by Amy Lucido is I think it's a middle grade. It's all about Judaism and cakes, which, you know, us Jewish people, by the way, yes, I am Jewish. Hold on. Repping the Jewish necklace there. Yeah, we love cakes. We love them. We love making cakes. We love eating cakes. I can't get my necklace back in. There we go. So yeah, this is about a girl who is kind of learning about her faith, her religion, and also it's about baking cakes. And I thought it sounded super cute. And I love books, of course, with, you know, Jewish rep. And there's some really cute pictures here, look, of the cakes and stuff. You also get recipes on the back here. Yeah, there's all different like recipes for the cakes and things that are mentioned in the book and stuff, which I think is pretty cool. So maybe I thought after I would, you know, read it, I could maybe make some stuff that's mentioned in the book. So yeah, that sounds cute. Okay, next up we have Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. I got this in a charity shop, really cheap. I think this was like 10p or something. Really, really cheap. I loved Night Owls, if you can see it there on the back. That was such a good book. It was so good. I loved it. So I always look out for books from this author. And yeah, this is Chasing Lucky. Not every love story is picture perfect. It's about a photographer girl called Josie and like friendships and romance in the summer. A swoon-worthy story of first love and finding out who you are. Yeah, this is cool. I like that. Well, I don't know if I like it because I haven't read it, but you know what I mean. God, my hair looks a mess. I'm really sorry about that. It was raining today, so I just like, you know what, tied it back. Anyway, right, next up we have a hardback. This is All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. This is a series, so I think with me in series, as I say, I just forget what happened in like each book prior to that. So I might save this until number 2 comes out, or near to the time when number 2 comes out, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll finish this and then it won't be so long to wait to the next one. Or maybe I'll read it before that. I don't know. But I love Amanda Foody books. She's so good. Daughter of the Burning City was amazing. I loved it so much. So yeah, I've got high hopes for this one. But I might wait till number 2 is due out. Next one I have is a chunky one. There's a big boy. This is The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee. I know there's some like drama about her, and I can't like think what it was, but I know people are like, oh no, I'm not reading Mackenzie Lee. I don't know what it was, but I'm just like here for the story. You know, I love this series. This is a really good series. I love like pirates and adventures, and the characters are really funny and interesting. So yeah, I'm thinking this is the last one. Let's have a look. Yeah, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. And yeah, this one is the third one. So, yeah, I do want to get round to it. But once again, it's the hardback thing that's putting me off. It's ridiculous, but true. Okay, next up we have Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. I'm actually going to have this as my next book. I have decided this is going to be my next read because I've had it for quite a while. I love the cover. It's super cute. How beautiful is this character? And how beautiful is this character? Like, especially her though. She's just, it's the way she's sitting there with a little pen and like her little diary and stuff. Can falling in love reveal the real you? Yeah, this sounds super cute. I like the fact that she's like the main character writes in her journal all the time. I think it's going to be quite an emotional but fun read as well. So it says, a passionate, heartfelt, addictive rom-com full of juicy secrets and leap off the page chemistry, about having the courage to be honest, live in the moment and to fall in love. Of course, we are in the month of February still, so I do want to kind of read some romance books. But yeah, this is going to be my next read. So I will leave that to that side so I'll know that it'll be on top of one of the many piles. Right, next up, this one I picked up from a charity shop a few weeks ago. I got it for eBay because it is a signed by the author copy, and I was like, oh, because signed books do sell well on eBay. Sorry, I keep itching my nose. I can't help it. Jane Harper. But then when I read what it was about, I was like, oh, that sounds actually really, really interesting. It's a thriller. Yeah, a body is discovered on the beach, long-held secrets threaten to emerge, murder investigation, a sunken wreck, a missing girl, questions that have never washed away. I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to put that on eBay yet because I actually want to read this myself. So, and the fact that it's a signed copy, There is the signature. So she did, what has she done? She's done The Lost Man, Force of Nature, and The Dry. I've heard of The Dry. I haven't heard of the others. So, yeah, I will read that, and I'll put it on eBay afterwards. Oh, my nose is really itchy. I'm so sorry. Anyway, this one here is Iron Widow by Xarian J. Zaho. I think that's how you say it. If I've said it wrong, I do apologise. How beautiful is this cover? This is so good. Another one of these, like, it's a series. This is number 1, obviously, in the series. But do I wait until number 2's out so I don't have to wait quite as long? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's something different for me. It's like a YA fantasy stroke sci-fi. So fantasy sci-fi, I do like a bit of sci-fi, but not that much. It's just like now and again I'll think, oh, I fancy a sci-fi, but it you know, not as much as, like, say, a thriller. I'd love reading thrillers more. It says here, Handmaid's Tale meets Pacific Rim in this dazzling blend of Chinese history, science fiction. I mean, yeah, I think it sounds different, and I hope I'm going to enjoy it. It's had so many good reviews. Like, people are raving about it, so, you know, it's all good. Oh yeah, They Wish They Were Us, Jessica Goodman. This is a YA thriller. I've got a, there's my other ones. Oh, I'm going to sort everything out afterwards, aren't I, here? But this will go in the YA thriller section. This is a standalone, I hope, I think. It's a miracle anyone gets out of high school alive. Yeah, I just love YA thrillers. They're so kind of, like, easy to read. They're quick to read, and, you know, they're exciting and a bit of fun as well. And it's the normal kind of thing where there's a group of high school students and one of them's the murderer and there's secrets and stuff. So yeah, it's my cup of tea. I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to love it. This, oh, sorry. I thought I was going to burp then. I was like, no, it's okay. It's gone. It's gone away. This one I'm definitely keeping for October for Halloween. Another one that I was meant to read last Halloween, didn't, but I will definitely 100% read Fear Street in this. This is Vampires Never Get Old. It's basically a collection of short stories by various authors, including the one that only Victoria Schwab, who I have her new book on pre-order, comes out very, very soon. I'm very excited for that. Julie Murphy, Danielle Clayton, etc., etc. It says Tales with Fresh Bite. I want to... sorry. I want to suck your blood. Oh, God. All right. That's my vampire impression. Yeah, it just sounds really cool. It's about vampires. It's short stories. I'm sold. I'm like, yeah, it's all good. This I got recently. This is Rock Paper Killers by Alexia Mason. It says Telling the Truth is a Dangerous Game. So it's about a group of, once again, a YA thriller, group of teenagers. They're from Dublin. They go to this rural coastal cottage to kind of get ready for their exams, like cramming all exam work and stuff. And then basically some of them get killed. Who's the murderer? I don't know. Loving the sprayed edges of this. I love books with, like, sprayed edges. They just make me excited. I know, I'm a book nerd, right? Most Likely is by Sarah Watson. Here we go, Most Likely. Really cool cover. Love that cover with the different ladies' faces. Like, just, I love that. It's really nice. Romantic and heartfelt look at how friendships define us and save us. I like that. I like reading romance, but I also like reading books about, like, the love of friendship. It's not just all about, you know, romance, but love isn't just about a partner love. It could be love of your friends, family, etc. So the fact that it's about a group of best friends, and I don't know, I think it sounded cool. It says 4 best friends facing their biggest fears about growing up and growing apart. One is destined to become the first female president of the US, but who will it be? So yeah, I just think it sounds good. Empowering story of friendship. Sorry, an empowering story of friendship, first love, following your dreams. And really cool cover. So yeah, I'll definitely keep that one. I've only got rid of one so far. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. See, I knew this would happen, that I would find books that I just forgot about. What Mama Left Me by Renee Watson. I really like Renee Watson's books, and this is such a beautiful cover. Serenity is heartbroken. Her mother has died. Her father's gone. And she's with her brother, and they move in with their grandparents. First things are good and stuff, and then a friend who makes her feel connected and a boy who makes her feel seen. But when her brother seems to be going down the wrong path, the old fears set in. Will he end up like their dad? Will she end up like their mum? Can Serenity let go of the past and the secret she's been keeping? Can she repair her heart? So I think it sounds really, really good. And it's also, you know, that kind of self-discovery and family and stuff like that. So yeah, as I say, Renee Watson's a really, really good author. Next we have You Are So Dead by Ash Parsons. This has been on my want to read list for so long. I finally got it and I still haven't read it. I annoy myself sometimes. They're dying for followers. This is, you know, like the other one, it's a YA thriller with that kind of influencer culture. But I think this one they go to like a festival for influencers or something. Yeah, they go to a high-end festival for influencers on a private island in the Caribbean. And I think, yeah, that the murders start happening. It says a deliciously dark, wickedly funny thriller to obsess over. But I think it looks quite funny as well. I know it's a dark, they're murdered thriller, but I think it's going to be quite funny at times as well. So, oh, the books are falling over again. They're falling over. Okay, next up I have The Guest House by Abby Frost. This one I literally picked up the other day in a charity shop, like last week. I've read so many books like this, but I just love them. You know, that kind of scary, creepy, atmospheric vibe of a thriller. You know, there's so many people in this place and one by one they get killed. You know, that kind of thing. 7 guests, 1 killer, a holiday to remember. It says dark, claustrophobic and full of suspense. Perfect. As much as I read books like this, I still really enjoy them because obviously, you know, each story is a bit different, and obviously get different characters to know and stuff, so it's all good. But yeah, I think it sounds cool. I love the front cover with that creepy kind of forest and the house there, and yeah, it's all good. Next up, I have The Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. This is a book, like the other one I just mentioned, that I'd wanted to read for so long. I actually had difficulty getting this book as well. Finally got it and still haven't read it. The thing is, right, by the way, this is by, I did say Aidan Thomas? I did, didn't I? Anyway, by Aidan Thomas. I am a mood reader. So I have to be in a certain mood. I know some people do their TBRs and they're like, oh, I'm going to read this book in this month, which is great for them. But for me, I have tried it. I just can't be doing it. I am a mood reader. So one day I might wake up and think I fancy a book like this. And another day I'll be like, actually, I fancy reading a horror or a thriller. Or it's not like, that's why I don't plan my TBR. I literally just go ahead with it. The only book that I do plan on a TBR is my mystery book of the month, which Nathan, my lovely fiance, helps me with. We do like the TBR game and he'll pick a mystery book. But apart from that, everything else is literally just on my kind of vibe and mood that I'm in. But yeah, I will get around to reading this because it's supposed to be so good and I did have a lot of trouble getting hold of it. So that is it, underneath the dust jacket. But yeah, Cemetery Boys. Next up, I have a thriller called The Wedding Party by Tammy Cohen. I love Tammy Cohen books. She's so good. She does such great thrillers, but they're not just, I don't know, they're like not just a thriller. There's more to it. You get really involved in the characters' lives, and this one is about well, a wedding party. So you get the bride, the groom, the victim. It's a sparkling, thrilling whodunit. There's a quote there from Lisa Jewell, who who is also one of my favourite authors. I love Lisa Jewell books. Whenever Lisa Jewell brings a book out, I'm like, yep, get it. I just know I'm gonna love it. But yeah, I think this is cool. It's set like on a Greek island, and there's going to be murder and a wedding party, and yeah, it's by Tammy Cohen, so I know it's going to be good. It's not even a is it going to be good, it is going to be good. The next book, or 2 books I have, I hear where The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. Yeah, I remember this. So this one I was going to read once again for Halloween. I didn't get round to it. I did go to read it, but I tell you what put me off of it. It's because the font size in this book is so tiny. I mean, it won't look that tiny here, but trust me, it is very, very small. I physically can read it, but when I get books that are that small font, it does like give me eye strain and stuff. So I remember thinking, oh, I want to read it, but I just wish it was bigger. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to try it again in October, keep for my like spooky reads, or if I fancy a kind of creepy horror read before that. But yeah, it's going to be a case of having lots of breaks whilst I read, as to, you know, look after my eyes and stuff. Next up, I have All Our Hidden Gifts by Carolyn O'Donoghue. This has got a gorgeous cover. Look at all like the tarot cards and stuff. Oh, it's going to be cool. I know the new one is out already, which is great. So if I do get round to reading this soonish, number 2 has just come out. So I know that I can grab it. My local library does have number 2. But I'm like, I was thinking of getting number 2 because that would make me kind of push to read this one, and then I'll have number 2 free, ready to read kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know if I fancy this right now. I'm not sure. The cards hold the truth. Be careful what you ask. I think it's got a bit of a thriller aspect to it and tarot and stuff. So it sounds my cup of tea. So I don't know why I'm not in that instant I want to read it now mood. But anyway. Next up, I have a thriller called Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I've heard so many good things about this, like literally people rave about this book. They say it is just such a good thriller. Marriage can be murder. I mean, there's quotes from Sarah Pinborough here who I absolutely love, and Cara Hunter as well, who I love. So, and apparently it's soon to be a Netflix series. So I really want to read it before the actual series starts. I also want to read Louise Candlish, Our House, because that is also going to be a series on ITV here in the UK. I've got the book. I just need to read it. I'd rather read the book and then watch the show instead of the other way around. So anyway, but yeah, Rock, Paper, Scissors is that one. And then we have Gail Forman's We Are Inevitable. Some love stories are just bound to happen. This is a book I literally got because it was recommended by Kit Kats Can Read, the lovely Katie. I don't even know if she's read it yet. She's either read it or she'd bought it. I can't remember, but I know she'd mentioned it in one of her videos, and I was like, oh, that sounds good. So I don't know. I don't really know much about it. I know it's a romance. I think there might be a music shop involved or something. A laugh till you cry story about finding yourself and your people. Yeah, but I literally got that because of a recommendation. This one I picked up the other day in Poundland for £1. It's remixed by Non Pratt. This is about 2 friends, like best friends. They go to a music festival. One of them has been dumped, and the other one is kind of tired of listening to her friend going on about, you know, the breakup and stuff. And they go to this festival. It says 3 days, 2 best mates, 1 music festival, and 0 chance of everything working out. I just really love the cover. And also I have read books by Non Pratt and really enjoyed them. So yeah. Okay, we've got some hardbacks here. We have Dangerous Women by Hope Adams. This isn't what I thought it was. I mean, I'll be honest, this was a cover buy because it is, yeah, it's just beautiful. On a ship packed with the guilty dangerous women, how do you prove your innocence? I thought it was going to be more kind of, you know, ahoy there, pirates on the boat. I don't know what accent that was, but still. But I don't think it's actually pirates. I think it's, oh, it's a signed copy as well. So eBay, here we come. But I love the artwork, and I just thought it was about pirates. But I don't think it is. I think it's actually, oh yeah, it says it's based on the real life voyage of a convict ship. It says it's a thrilling and deeply moving mystery, and narrated by a group of women as unforgettable as the events they describe. So it's obviously on the boat, but it's not pirates. I thought it was more fantasy, but it's, anyway, it's not. But it does still sound really good. So yeah, and that cover is just gorgeous. I love that cover. So yeah, that will be kept. I'm not getting rid of that. Next book I have is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is Mistborn book 1. I actually picked this up on eBay about a month or so ago, because I can't remember who it was, but one of the booktubers that I watch and love, I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about this series and how good it was. And I was like, And I know that Nathan has read it, and I was like, okay, so this person saying it's good, Nathan said it's really good, and I'd enjoy it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go on eBay, find a cheap copy, and I found this. I think this was like £2, free postage. But yeah, it's quite a chunky. It's quite a chunky one, and I don't know. The font, I don't know. I don't know if it's a bit small. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think it's small. I think it's quite blocky. Oh, my dad's ringing me. I'll have to ring him back in a minute. Yeah, it's like, I can't describe it. It just seems a bit, look, if I show you there, can you see what I'm saying? It's like block, which sometimes affects my eyes as I'm reading. It can make my eyes feel weird. Anyway, I don't know. But I think I will keep it, but it's not going to be a rush to read. Next one I have is The Lock-In by Phoebe Luckhurst. This is, I actually got, Nathan got me for my birthday last year, and it's now February. I haven't read it yet. Yeah, this is the housemates, 2 best friends, 1 old flame, and a very stuck door. So it's kind of, it's a locked room, rom-com. So you like an escape room, but with like romance involved. It's supposed to be really funny. I've not really heard much about it, but I saw it in a Sainsbury's, I think, when I was out shopping, and I think I was mainly just drawn to the cover because I like the whole kind of, you know, like 3D kind of cover. And look at that behind the dust jacket. It's so cute. Love that. So I will read it. It's not I won't. It's just I don't know when, but I will get to it. I will. I promise. I will. Right, I'm going to hurry up now because I don't want to go on too much longer because you'll get really bored. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Right, we've got a graphic novel, The Backups, A Summer of Stardom. I do really want to read some graphic novels in the next week or so because I need to catch up with my Goodreads challenge. So these would be perfect. I wanted to keep my graphic novels separate so I could quickly put them in. But yeah, this is just so cute. I love the cover of this. It's about this girl band. Can a trio of new friends come together to save the tour, or will the backups be kept out of the spotlight forever? The artwork in it is just so me. I love it. So I will definitely be reading this either this month or next month, but I'm going to be doing some graphic novels. Okay, quickly, what have we got? Helen Cox, a buddy in the box shop. A body in the bookshop. There we go. Put my teeth in. Yeah, I've read what was it called? A Witch Hunt in Whitby, I think. That was so good. And this is from the same series. So it's from the Kit Hartley Yorkshire Mystery series. And I love that last one. And the fact that this is set in a bookshop and it's the same series, same characters and stuff, I'm up for it. Got it for £1 when I was out on the weekend in a charity shop. This one is by Megan Spooner. It's called Sherwood. It's the retelling of Robin Hood. This time around, and I'm reimagining as well, Maid Marian is kind of taking the role of Robin. Yeah, I think it sounds so cool. And I actually got it for free at the library. They give away the free books. And underneath the dust jacket, it's green, which is pretty damn cool. It's green. It's green, I tell you, for Robin Hood. Okay, right, Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I've had it for ages. I've still not read it. I know it's a really popular book. I do know that there's been some controversy about it as well, which I'm not going to go into now. But if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But there is controversy about it, so I have got that in my mind when I go into the book. But I also know that it's such a popular book, and the story just sounds so good. I love the front cover and everything, and I have, you know, really enjoyed reading Rainbow Rowell stuff, so I am going to give it a go. Also, I have this one here, The Things We Don't See by Savannah Brown. This is a kind of creepy, what I can remember, like a creepy YA thriller, but with a bit of like creepy stuff. Beautifully written mystery with a host of fascinating characters. Yeah, I don't know if it's got like a cult thing going on, if I remember rightly, but this was one day I was in Waterstones and I liked the cover kind of thing. Yeah, I know I'm naughty, aren't I? I've got two big hardbacks here, husband and wife. I've got Hillary and Bill Clinton. These are big. These are big books, and that is why I keep putting them off. So, oh yeah, this is with James Patterson as well, the Bill Clinton one, and it's called The President's Daughter. It is a thriller. Number one was amazing. I love number one so much. It's a series. Well, I assume he's doing a series. Yeah, The President is Missing was his first one, and this is The President's Daughter. I love the first one so much, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know. I need to get around to this. And this is by, as I say, his wife Hillary Rodham Clinton, to be exact, and Louise Penny as well. This is called State of Terror, like a political thriller-y kind of thing. And this one is obviously like a kidnap with political vibes as well. So I will get around to them. Got another chunky one here. This is Daughters of Night by Laura Shepherd Robinson. Signed copy as well, which is cool. A big chunky one. In the wrong hands, a secret is a weapon. This does sound really good. It's not my normal kind of genre that I would read, but it does sound really good. And look at this. You're going to love this. Oh, can you see that? It's so beautiful. Yeah, she's also, I didn't know until a little while ago that this author is the daughter of the wonderful Tony Robinson, who of course was in Blackadder. He's a TV presenter. He's like into his history stuffs. It's set in London 1782, so it's a real kind of historical fiction, and I'm like, I'm not always so good with the historical fiction. Sometimes I am, but we'll see. It's Georgian London. So I think the actual story sounds really, really good. And I'm just gonna give it a go at some point. Some point. Right, I'm gonna have to lean over here. This is Real Easy by Marie Ratajkowski. I think that's how you say it, Ratowski. Look at this cover. It's so cool. This is about a stripper who gets murdered. Well, not she's like a erotic dancer stroke stripper. And yeah, it's told from different characters' point of view. So each chapter's told from a different character. And yeah, they're like exotic dancers, and there's a murder, and it sounds really, really good actually. Sounds really like a dark thriller, and also you get to know about these women, about their lives, and you know, I just think it sounds really fascinating. And it's also set in the 90s, which I love books set in 80s, 90s kind of thing. So yeah, this is quite a recent buy, so I do want to read this soon. So that's gonna have to go on the I'm gonna read you quite soon pile. Oh, right, a few more left. Hope you're still awake. I'll try and be quick as I can. An Emotion of Great Delight by Tahiria Mafi. I don't really know much about this one. All I know is I loved A Very Large Expanse of Sea, which was their other book. I really, really enjoyed that. And that is why I was just like, okay, I'm going to grab this half price offer sale thing. Yeah, I don't really know much about it. Sorry, I'm just trying to read it quick. I haven't got my glasses. I'm thinking, why am I struggling to read this? And I was like, I haven't got my glasses on. I worry about myself. Anyway, she's a great author. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful book. Next one, Lucy Clark, The Castaways. This is a thriller. Wish You Were Here, Think Again. I don't know about this. We'll see. I hope it's not too gory. They're on this island, and it's a beautiful, like, remote island, and then murders start happening. But I have read that some of it can be a little bit detailed about the murders, and I don't do gore. I like the idea that they're on this island and the thrill of the murders and stuff, but I'm like, I hope it's not too gory. Hopefully. Right, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I literally just leant over there, and I just didn't want you to see me being like, The Witcher is next. Blood of Elves. I can't talk today. The Blood of Elves. Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski. I'm going to try and say that properly. Come on, Laura. Andrzej Sapkowski. Is that any better? Probably not. Haven't watched the show. Let me know if you have. Is it any good? I do want to watch the show, but apparently it's supposed to be really gory. Once again, I don't like gory stuff. But Henry Cavill's in it. Swings and roundabouts, right? A bit of gore. Henry, but he looks really moody. Any clips that I've seen of him, he just looks ultra like moody. But anyway, maybe I'll watch the show once I've read the books. Who knows? But I do want to read the book series first. This is number 1 in the series. Recently read the prequel to it, which I did enjoy. So yeah, hopefully that'll be good as well. Next one I have is by Isabel Sterling, which you saw another book from her at the beginning. This is The Coldest Touch. This is a standalone book, whereas the other was a series. Death drew them together. Life could tear them apart. I think this is going to be fun. I really do think it's going to be fun. It's got vampires in it. There's romance. It's got LGBT rep. The main character is cursed. Every time she touches someone, she experiences how they'll die. There's something to do with their brother as well. But anyway, yeah, I think it sounds really good. I actually bought this off a girl on Twitter. She posted a picture saying, is anyone interested in buying these books? And I was like, I'll have The Coldest Touch, please. Right, quickly, these two. Michelle Quach, Not Here to Be Liked. Waterstones exclusive edition. Love this cover so freaking much. And look, it's got bright yellow sprayed edges, which is gorgeous. Pink and yellow go lovely together. Yeah, this is about a girl who wants to be the next editor-in-chief for her school newspaper, and she's doing really well, but she's not that popular. But then this guy called Len, who's like an injured baseball star, he joins the paper, and he kind of, wants the role as well, as the editor-in-chief and stuff. It's kind of like enemies to lovers kind of thing. But who gets the job? That's what I want to know. But yeah, it says, Eliza is not here to be liked, she's here to win. Feisty, funny, and fierce. Sounds like me. I think I'm going to enjoy it. Then we have Like a Charm by Elle McNichol. I loved, I can't remember what it was called, but I loved her book she did about the hologram. what was that called? I love that book. It was just brilliant, that one. So as soon as I found out she had a new book, I got it. This is middle grade. As I say, I'm not really into my middle grade as much as I used to be. However, I love this author, and it's all about like magic and stuff. So I was like, yeah. And it's got a really cool cover. So I went with it. And now I have 2 library books left. I think that's it. And just the book that I'm currently reading, I'll show you as well. If you've enjoyed this video, by the way, which I hope you have, if you're still awake watching, please click like, comment, share, subscribe. That would be awesome. And don't forget to check out my other channel, which is called Minx Laura 123 ASMR. Okay, links down below to that. Yeah, I have Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile from the library, and I also have Rena Rosner, The Light of the Midnight Stars from the library. So these are my only 2 library books. That's good. I thought I had a few more, but okay, I've only got 2, which is great. I'm reading an Agatha Christie book a month. That is my personal challenge, and this is going to be for March. So this will be my first week read. That will definitely get done. I'm really enjoying doing this whole kind of Agatha Christie challenge. I'm enjoying it. I don't like Miss Marple books, I'll be honest with you, but I do like Hercule Poirot, and I do like her kind of standalone mysteries. But anyway, The Light of the Midnight Stars is a fantasy, also has a Jewish vibe. It's about the descendants of King Solomon, and there's this rabbi called Isaac and his 3 daughters, and his daughters are all very different, and there's magic involved. And yeah, she done the book The Sisters of the Winter Wood, which I've not read. So if I like this one, that could be I'll have to check that one out kind of thing. But yeah, it's really cool that I've got a few Jewish rep books to read. So there we go. They are my piles as such. Stop saying I've got piles. So what I'm going to do, which I was going to do in this video, which I couldn't have done it. I need to sit here and like kind of suss out what pile they should be in, and then very kindly ask my lovely fiance to help me carry them all back in to our bedroom. So yeah, really quickly, this is my current read. Let me know in the comment section down below what you are currently reading, and if you're enjoying it or not. I'm currently reading the brand new book from Sarah J Maas, which is House of Sky and Breath, a Crescent City novel. The first one was House of Earth and Blood. This is the sequel to it. There is going to be another one, of course. I don't know if it's going to be a big series or if it's just going to be a trilogy. I have no clue. But I have to say, I'm super enjoying it. This is the Waterstones exclusive, which means you get extra content at the back. Originally, I thought it was signed, but it's not, which is really sad because I wanted it to be, but it's not. I just love the artwork. There is the lovely Hunt on the cover there. Got to be careful how I say that. Bryce and Hunt are just, oh, they're such a good couple. I just love them together. Their passion, their friendship, their bond. They're just, oh, I love them together. The chemistry is on fire. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm currently on page 518, chapter 47. So I'm over halfway now. The only negative thing for me is that, well, there's a couple. The first thing is because it's so big, it's really heavy to hold. So I find it hurts my little weak arms as I'm holding it, because it's like, ugh. And also trying to read laying down, it's a bit, oh, I dropped my bookmark. It's a bit awkward kind of holding it. And the other thing, I just think it's a bit too long. Like, I don't want to give myself any spoilers, so I've got to be careful. But I know it's about 800 pages, which is like massive, you know. And as I say, bigger books do intimidate me because I am a fast reader, but when they just too big, I don't know, it just takes me days and days, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I love the, you know, different stories that are going on, and the characters, and you know, it's a great fantasy series, it really is. But I just wish it was like a little bit shorter. But yeah, I don't know. And everyone keeps raving, like going on and on about the end. They're like, oh my God, you know, the end is like, you're going to be so shocked. And I'm just like, I just want to get to the end to find out what everyone's talking about. And also before I, you know, see any spoilers, because there could be spoilers. And I don't want to see any spoilers until I've read this thing. But yeah, it is good. I would definitely give it 5 stars. So don't get me wrong. I am loving it, loving it, loving it. But it just... yeah, it's taken me quite a while to get there. Oh, but yeah, anyway, right, that's the end of the video. I'm going to sort these all out now. Thank you so much for watching. If you also want to follow me on Goodreads or any of my social media links, I'll put down below. So TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, etc. And yeah, all right, everyone, happy reading and goodbye.